Hi, this is Ushin, and welcome to our fourth episode of the Climax podcast. And today, I'm joined by the Night Shadow and Razor.
Hi.
That felt forced for some reason.
Force?
Hi. Yeah.
Anyways, so we're gonna start up with part of the day. So,
Of course, like always.
like always,
that's
it's
supposed
only
to be.
one series this week. So
Wasn't it only one series last week?
Yep.
I know this week as
Yeah.
well. It's only one series.
Okay.
But,
Well, it's Project Diva F2nd, so there's a lot of red this week, isn't there?
Well,
This time.
you'll see.
Okay. First is a 1-0, 5000 Luca, Cybernation, only the music trait, and if it attacks when you have Luca Night Fever in the Climax zone, you could pay 1, and if you do, salvage 2 Luca, and then you discard 1 card. The Climax is a +2 soul. The effect is good. The Climax, I don't know if it's worth playing.
as we saw, win games.
This is an interesting build because people were saying that this is good despite it being a +2 soul, and my first reaction was why?
Okay, I think it's because, one, the thing with +2 soul is you want to start like rushing, right? This mitigates the problem of rushing by playing your entire hand. It gives you hand back for 1 gauge stock, and I think that's why people think it's good, because even though you put your entire hand down and attack with it, you get 1 plus back.
Yeah, you got +1 back. Good for Soul Rush decks.
What I came to the conclusion was that you use this Climax combo when you have 3 of them out, and you side attack your opponents if you can't reverse them. So that way you keep them on the field and you have plus hand advantage so that you can attack again heavy when it's time for your turn again. I think this will complement level 1 red in the series right now, because the only main ones that we come across are the 117k Luca Encore, and I want to say that Teto is run in the mono red, but I'm not 100% sure.
And the other one is World and Dance Hall, right?
Well, yeah, Worlds and Dance Hall is obviously run, and I think right now it's Nostalgic, which is a
Not really
+2
sure
soul.
there.
So
Well, +2 soul, if you can get that hand side, just keep ramming or whatever every turn.
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
let's
Next
let's
card.
move on.
217k Meiko Blazing, music and flame trait. When your character triggers a climax on their attack, you can pay 1, so you're paying out the climax. If you did, you select one of your characters, and until the end of your opponent's turn, it gets 2k.
I'm going to correct you there.
You don't pay out the
the climax.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because when you trigger it.
But the ruling I've had with the green in Guilty Crown is that you do pay it out.
Which one are you talking about?
The level 1 Glasses Girl. When you trigger a climax card, you pay 1, and you do pay out the climax that you triggered.
No. The specific wording of this one says basically when the card that you trigger is a climax, aka it's still in the resolution zone, you have to pay 1 at that point. So I'm not sure regarding your Guilty Crown card. I have to double check that
I'm
because that's
bringing
not
up
a
the
series
Guilty
I
Crown right
look at.
now. Because many people told me that this one, the Guilty Crown one, pays it out. Here, when your character trigger check reveals a climax card, you may pay cost, which is 1. If so, choose one of your characters. That character gets +2k until the end of your opponent's next turn. And many people have told me that pays the climax out.
Except on when this card was revealed, every single person said this does not remove the climax from the cost. I think we're gonna leave this off to the side. I don't think we can come to a 100% conclusion unless we bring up the Japanese webpage. So we're just gonna leave it at that, and we'll continue on. Go ahead.
Okay. Her second effect is pay 1 and ditch a card. When Destroy is placed onto the climax zone, if this card's in the front row, you may pay the cost, which is 1. And if you did, select one of your opponent's level 2 or lower in the front row and send it to waiting room. Then during this turn, this gets 1k. It is a climax combo with a gate. Yeah, I like it. I really like this one, actually.
Bad card.
Really? It's a pay 1, ditch 1, kill a 2 or lower.
That's why it's bad. You ditch a card to kill a level 2.
Actually, no, yeah, never mind. I thought this was level 1 at first, but no, it's level 2. So
Yeah, I mean, oh, wait, never mind. It's 7k. I just realized.
Yeah, it's a 217k that if you don't trigger or check a climax, you're attacking for 219k, and you basically are at 217k to get run over during your opponent's turn. No. You're ditching a card to destroy level 2? Like, really? If that was good, there would be there would be more events that do that sort of thing run, because lots of their effects are at level 2, like from Nanoha to Haruhi. Lots of these events that kill opposing characters, but they're not run because you don't ditch a card to kill them. You kill them by playing your own card and attacking.
If it was level 1, it would be much better, but sadly it's not. So.
Yeah, if this was a 1155, then yes, this would be completely fine. The reason why level zeros, just as a footnote, are the exception is because level zeros have all these utility, like the Senta Memory anti-heal, the runners, and then I think there's a couple of other effects that you really want to kill instead of reversing them. So zeros is the exception. There's not a lot of that at level 2.
Next one.
Yep, let's move on.
1-0 green. Hatsune Miku 7 colored line. Oh god.
You are totally gonna mispronounce this Climax.
Oh, yeah, no I am. Music and rainbow traits. When this card attacks, if glory 3 what? Glory
Music.
Oh. What?
Music. 3 is it's glowing music, trust me.
Okay, so 3 there is me, M-I, and 9 is Q or Ku. So music Ku, essentially.
Okay. When this card attacks, if glory music is in the climax zone, select one of your other Hatsune Miku Flouncy Pastel. During this turn, it gets the following ability. When this card reverses an opponent, search your library for 2 musics, show them to your opponent, select one card in your hand, place it in the waiting room. Okay, so you search for 2 and ditch a card.
And you'll want to know what Flouncy Pastel is.
Yes, so that is wait, where's the climax? Okay, there. The climax first is a stock 1 soul 1 green, and Flouncy Pastel is a 1/1/6/5 auto. When this card attacks, if glory music is in the climax zone, if you have another Hatsune Miku 7 colored line, you may pay the cost. If you did until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gets 4K. I like this a lot.
4K up, man.
That's really good. So the 105K gives the other one the ability to gain 4K until the end of your opponent's turn.
No, the
What?
101 gives it the ability to search for 2 when it reverses an opponent.
Yeah, the 105K gives it to the 1/1, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't give it power. The power it's from its.
Yeah, and then the 1/1 gains power by itself. Yeah, okay. I like this. It gives it a reason to use the other one, and they both help each other a lot. Because you get a +1 search on the Miku, if I'm not mistaken. Well, after playing your cards down. And it's a 10/5 until the end of your opponent's turn, and it's a stock 1 soul 1. So even if you attack with Flouncy first, you always have the stock.
My opinion of this changed throughout the week. But when this first was released, I thought that the 1-0 was crap and the 1/165 was runnable. But my opinion changed because of a couple cards we will see later, so I'm going to reserve my thoughts for then.
Okay, should I just keep going?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, we got a 1/025. Music and Wafuku trait Kagemine Rin Kagero, so the girl. During your turn, all of your other music characters get 1K.
Ding.
Global 1K during your turn. Okay. When this card is placed from hand to stage, reveal top of your library. If it's a music, add it to your hand and ditch a card. If it's not a music, just put it back. I really like this actually. It's a free global 1000 during your turn, and you hand fix.
Good. It's a really good card. And see, what this card was most compared to was the 1/1 Mammy. The 1/1 Mammy from the Madoka set, where that one is global 1000 and then you can change it to 2/2. This one is pretty much fulfills the same function in a Kagamine Rin and Len deck. This is a really good support. Much better than the Len Swim Shorts, because this is a hand fix at the same time. You get the power when it matters most. Your turn.
Okay. 117K Meiko Autumn Leaves. Music and Wafuku traits. When this card is placed onto stage from your hand, select one standing music character, rest it, and it has Clock Encore. Wait.
Yeah, Clock Encore.
That's really good.
Okay, now here's my question, right? I just mentioned the 117K Luca from before. That one is when it comes into play, look at the top card of your deck. Reveal, sorry. If it's not a music character, this comes into play, rest it, and it has Hand Encore. Do you see this card replacing that?
Yes.
Yes.
Good call.
Because from what I've seen for Project Diva, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but you don't often need to rest your back row, so resting it with this is fine. Also, Clock Encore is amazing.
It depends on which build you're running. If you're running the global music, which means that you're not running like a mono Miku or a mono Rin deck, then yes, you won't be tapping your back row much. Like you tap the Brainstorm, but you have the global 500 Hatsune the Rin-chan fan global 500, and you don't really tap that one. So yes, you're correct on that end. If you're running this for the meta build.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
it's red, so you won't be putting it in Miku build anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on then. Oh, hey, more blue. This is a 2/2 8K Music Wafuku. It gets 500 for each other music. It's blue just isn't going up that much, is it?
This is actually a good card.
Yeah, but it's like it's not really giving blue what they need.
That's
as
true.
Very.
That's true. We need blue need like this is a good start. I would say blue needs a couple more level 1s that are good.
Blue needs something impactful because this is
They
just
have,
a
they have the
wall.
best 0 already.
Yeah,
And they don't really care about level 3. So
the Miku zero,
I
right?
think with this and maybe
Yeah.
one other card, they'll be good at level 2. I mean, like, they have already the Innocent 2/110k, but they need more good level 1s in order to be anywhere close to the other 3 colors.
I just got a message saying stop Kazane. I'm confused.
It's buddy fight related for those that aren't
I'm
familiar with
sorry. I don't know
that.
why.
You'll want to go to the next 2 cards because they're still related to the first 2.
Okay. Next one is a 2-1 event. Search your library for up to one character with Kaito and one character named Meiko or Meiko. Different. What is it? Oh, different writing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In its name, show it to your opponent, add them to your hand, and select one card in your hand and place in the waiting room. This card then goes to memory. So it's a 2-1 search. Your hand stays the same because you play this and discard a card.
Mhm.
And then this goes to memory. I think this is actually good for blue.
Keep going.
Okay.
See. It says Mako or Mako. Like what's with the difference? Well, you're gonna see in the next card.
Okay. 1-0 Sakune Meiko. Original. Let's see. When this card is reversed in battle, okay, it's a level 1 Suicider, and when your opponent places a Climax in their Climax zone, you can send this card to stock. What? I like this card.
No, I don't get the second effect.
I'll explain it for you. Factory Tyrant. What do you need in the zone before you can reverse a character?
Okay, there.
There we go.
So if you're against something that needs a reverse through Climax combo, you could just send this to stock.
Literally everybody when this card first came out says that second ability says F you Shimakaze.
Yeah, level 1 you want to run over this? No, I'm sorry. That's
That second
really
effect-
good. So red-blue I think is going to be probably useful.
So out of the 4 cards, the best card is definitely this level 1 reverser because they didn't have one, and
Yeah.
the second best is the 1/1 Clock Encore.
Yeah. The
Both of them-
2-1 I really like the 2-1 event.
It's because Kaito isn't that great yet.
Kaito
He's got-
isn't, but if he gets something useful, then this will be amazing.
Of course. So it's really dependent on what we see next week or maybe the week after, because so far all the Kaito that's been spoiled isn't 100% great.
Okay. Next is a 106k. Wow, this is really good. Okay, it's a music and net trait. Hatsune Miku Dimension. This card cannot be played from your hand if you have 2 or less music characters. So you need 3 on the field. So this has to be the 4th character you play. Yeah.
No.
Because
it's
you have
not
to
on
you have to have 3 on the
Oh,
field,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
you have to play this.
No, 2.
No,
If you have 2 or
Oh,
less, you
yeah,
cannot
never mind,
play
3,
it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, 3
That-
or
yeah.
more. Yeah.
2 more.
And then you can play this. I really like this card.
How come?
Oh wait, I don't know if you have. Well, like you have the 2 assists in the back row, and you usually have something in the front row anyway after level 0. So if you have this right when level 1 starts, you should already have a field of 3 for a mono Miku deck. No, because you have the solo in front, and then you have 2 assists. That's my theory here.
That's I don't know. If you have terrible luck, yeah, it won't happen.
If you had but if you like, I'm saying on a good level 0, that's what you would want.
So, yeah, you'll get that.
This card will only see if you're not running Time Machine. The only card that this competes with is Hatsune Miku Kitty Cape, which is 106k if you're in the center. So this card could potentially fight alongside with the Kitty Cape or even replace it entirely. But it really depends on how many back row you run and if you're running Time Machine. Because if you're running Time Machine, I think this might not be a good card. I think that one was more playtesting for me. I'd have to test it and see.
Okay. Next is I think this one we talked about a lot.
Okay.
1-0 event. If you have 22 cards or less in your library, put all except the bottom card into the waiting room. And then the bottom card is going to be a gate.
Okay, first off, can you see any uses for this?
Is there any level downer besides that new double R plus?
No. Not in
Not
the first
yet.
set, no.
Not
No.
yet.
No.
It's just that one.
If they get a level downer based on your
Well, not in
climaxes,
green. There is a level downer in yellow. I think.
well, if they get a level downer that is based on the cards in deck or the climaxes in waiting room, I think this will see play.
And you have to qualify that with a good one because there are bad ones.
Like the double R plus we saw last week.
So what else? What else would you say this is useful for?
If you get climax screwed and you really need to mill out fast,
Okay,
salvaging.
bingo. Okay, keep going. There's one more that I'm thinking of.
I don't know.
Would you be able to tell for example, let's say that you have 22 or less cards in the library and you put all these at the bottom card. If you count the number of climaxes in your waiting room, can you guarantee that the last card is or is not a climax? Like, you would know that, right?
Yeah.
That knowledge is very important.
In case you wanna wait, but well, not just
Wait,
can.
why?
Because this would be on your turn.
Yeah, I'll be on your.
That's
so
right.
you're usually gonna attack with it, right?
Not necessarily.
You're just gonna use this and then pass.
Well, I said, like, it really depends on the situation. That's why I say not necessarily. Of course, you're going to attack most of the time. The point is that most of the time, the bottom card is not a climax. And let's say it is. Oh, I guess I'm using my brainstorm.
Oh, I get it now.
The ability to know what your bottom card is, and I believe there's a couple of cards that allow you to check the top and put at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
In the first set?
So if you say you put a character on the bottom, now you've ensured that you're.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Know. Okay.
See, that's the point. There's a lot of niche things that this card does. It does a lot, but it does all these little niche things. And
but you kind of need to have a deck that's centered around that sort of playstyle then.
It's there as an option, I guess. Like, it's the green version of the refresh, right?
I don't expect this to see play until they get some sort of level downer that has to do with the deck or the waiting room.
I completely agree. It's just that this has more uses than just that.
I can understand that. Next one, 2/1 Hatsune Miku Siren. It's AK with the music trait. When you play it to the stage, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a music, play it into stock. If not, place that card into clock. I like this because it pays back whatever you just paid out, especially if you paid out a climax. But it's also scary because you take the clock damage and it's not more powerful than other 2/1s.
Miku's strength isn't really top deck check. There isn't a lot of it. If there was, this would be run in the other, but I think that the Luca, 1/1 Luca, which is one of the top deck checkers, will be switched out in favor of the Mako Clock Encore because, seriously, I mean, it's essentially a time machine. No. Just say no.
I don't think it's good either. The power isn't really interesting. The effect is meh. I mean, one stock, sure.
So the next one is a 2/2 red 9/5 with 2 soul instead of the normal one, and it's a Magurine Luca Hard Rock. It's a music trait. When this card is placed from hand to stage, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a climax, rest this card. So it's an Onodera. It's a 2/2 Onodera. That's what it is, isn't it?
No, like, I was going over my notes and I realized I put Casino in front of Rock.
Hard rock. Oh,
Hard.
It's a Canada joke.
Yeah.
Average sponsor us, please. Sponsor.
No.
Sponsor us, please.
But yeah, no, this is from what I've seen with just the trial deck for Niscore, we use the 2/1 9K a lot, and I really like this effect. I don't know if it's worth playing because it's 2/2, but I still think it's good.
It's not worth running.
It's not? Because
2/1
9K with that effect is really good.
Because you're typically going to be running 6 level 3s, which means you don't run any level 2 cost 2s. Being a 2/2 makes it automatically unplayable unless it has a godly effect or can heal.
Or your budget.
Well, I'm talking about the meta builds. I mean, like, obviously, if you're running a Luca fan build, this is amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I know one of our friends freaked out about it. So next we have a 3/2 Kagemine Ren, original of second. It's a 10k music trait. When you play it from your hand to the stage, you can heal 1. And when your characters trigger a climax card, you can discard 1 card in your hand to give one of your characters 2k1. So it's hand fix. You're giving a free trigger, and it doesn't have to be the character battling, so you can give to any of them. And it's a healer. I really like it. It's good. That's all we really have to say.
I like this as a finisher. This is a very interesting finisher in that if you do get a climax, then yay. If not, then yay. It makes a good situation. It makes a decent situation out of a bad one, which is obviously triggering climaxes. I'm okay with it. It's the ability itself is certainly new to me. I haven't dealt a lot into the older sets yet, but I don't recall this effect being there. I mean, like, I've seen this in some of the other Project Diva cards, and now that you mentioned it, the Guilty Crown card. But certainly this is something that I will be paying attention to just because it gives soul, which is kind of important at level 3. This will allow you to side attack stuff that you probably couldn't have before, or allows you to make safe trades. And you can even put one of these in the back row so that you can have 2 cards to discard to get +2 soul.
Oh wait, yeah. So it's stat.
It does stack because it's when a character you control.
Yeah, I got it.
but this is certainly interesting.
It's still
Not
interesting.
No,
Yeah, no, I know.
what do you make of this card? Like, in all honesty, like, does it look good to you?
I mean, normally at level 3, you're basically like, you're near end game, you're gonna die anyway. To me, triggering your climax in your end game is not that big of a deal.
My
That's
question
yeah.
is regarding to that send one card from your hand to the waiting room. Is that cost too much?
No. Actually, possibly, because at near level 3, depending on your deck, it's possible that you may have no hand.
And see, that's the thing I wanted to address, because it's so much more different than, I mean, there is, for example, the Asuna, but you give everybody +1 soul and it's guaranteed when you attack.
Yeah.
So you know what's going to happen. This one you don't. Is that worth one card in hand?
I think it's still worth, because normally when I get to level 3, I don't live to see, you probably live 1 or 2 turns, and after that you're done. Someone's gonna win.
Okay.
So, I mean, setting one card in your hand, not that big of a deal. And even if you fail, you get wiped out, whatever, move your zeros in, right? And if you can clock 2, clock draw 2, or you can't clock, just play whatever, balls deep, go.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, best case scenario, you discard a climax. You weren't gonna play it anyways.
Yeah.
Next card, Kagemine Rin original F2nd. If you have 3 or more music characters, this gets 1k, making it 11k. You can use this ability once per turn. During the turn it's played, it has a shot trigger. And when it attacks, if you have Kokoro in your climax zone, you can pay 1. If you did, search for 2 music and add them to your hand. The Kokoro is a win trigger, 1k1. I really like this, and it matches with the Ren really well, because it gives you more cards in hand. So
Yeah.
you search for 2, and then if you need to, you can discard, right? So
So now I've got a question for you.
yes.
So we now have 3 level 3 yellow cards in the Rin and Len build. Which of those 3? Well, okay, there's 4, but one of them's not that great. What would you run in the Rin and Len deck? Would you run these 2? Would you use the old healer that sends the stock on reverse?
Which one's the old one? Like,
the old one is level 3 cost 2 Kagamine Rin original. If you have 4 or less stock, this gets 2000 power. If this comes into play as a result of change or from your hand, heal 1. And when this card reverses a character, send it to stock.
I'll run this over the old
I
one.
think I would run this over that, yeah.
You would run the Rin over the old Rin, right? Would you run the new Len over the old Rin?
I like the old one because it gives it's a level downer. I think if you have 5 or
No. It's the Len that's a level downer, and that one gives +1 soul.
No, I don't like that one.
I actually like that one.
I think I would use maybe like 3 of the new Rin, 2 of the old Rin, and 2 of the new Len.
Okay,
I think that's what I would do. Because then you still have the ability, because mainly you're going to focus on the shot trigger from the new Rin with the adding to hand. And then you still have the ability to give a 2k1 and heal from both 2k1 and heal from the new Len, and the heal and the to stock from your old Rin.
Yeah.
That was confusing, but I think I got that right. 4 healers. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, good enough.
I mean, yeah.
Certainly interesting, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Next is the 1-0 Hatsune Miku, reaching you wherever. It's a 1-0 1500. All of your
Note
music.
the rarity, please. Note the rarity.
It's a double R. It's a front 500 and level, and you rest 2 of your characters to top deck check. Why is this a double rare?
Because of the plus level effect.
1 second, I'm pulling out my log horizon. I need to check something. No.
I think it combos with a lot of the reveal top, and if your top is a music stuff.
I guess, yeah, that gives it reveal top. Okay.
Finally.
Our top deck checker is an uncommon in log horizon. And it's rest 2 of your characters, top deck check, put it on top or bottom.
See, that's the thing. See, that rest 2, look at the top and put it at the bottom. Let's take that out of the equation because they're both the same, right?
Yeah.
Your first effect that says like
when one of your characters it's the same as the
when
blue
the character goes
Rin.
to the win, you save it.
Yeah, Rin bad boy. It's the same thing.
Yeah. That's a common effect. You can find that on commons if that's the only effect.
So then the +1 level and 500 would be a rare effect, you're saying?
Essentially. We have that in Vivid Red.
I don't like this being a double rare, though.
+1 level, +500. The second effect was when it comes to play, draw 1, discard 1.
I like that more.
Your hand fix. This one's pretty bad in my opinion. 1
yeah.
level 500. I mean, not many people actually run level 1 suiciders. Not that I know of.
That's not all the level is used for, you know.
You can use it for like negate side attacks.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, see, if you're running a wall type deck, the +1 level means that they have to front.
Say you have this with like the 117Ks that we've seen. There'll be 7-5 level 2s. And if they can't get over it with level 1s, which they are going to have to try really hard to, then they can't really side you either, unless they want to do 0 plus whatever trigger they get. Even if they had a climax, it would only be 0 plus whatever trigger they get.
It's probably because I don't really run.
Well, that's just you.
I know, just from my personal experience. I don't think it's that good. It's just 500. I don't think it's good at level 1. I mean, like, level 1 for 500 power.
Well, if your deck's relying on level 1 rather than level 2, having level walls so they can't side attack you is perfectly fine.
Okay, and remember how I mentioned that I wanted to talk about Flouncy Pastel after a certain card came up? This is the card.
This Hatsune Miku V3?
No,
the 1-0. Okay.
Yeah, and this is it. This is the reason why I wanted
top
to...
deck check.
This one completely changed my opinion, because this is a wall.
I get it now.
Yes.
This turns into a 10k 500 wall that actually is kind of difficult to remove, and if you put that in the back, it becomes 11k.
Yeah,
with
level
the typical supports you have in a music deck. This is 11.5 minimum.
If you have 2 of these and it's in the center, it's 11.5. Yeah, that's really good.
And like it basically feels like my Vivid deck, except instead of a Treasure Climax, it's this green stock 1 soul. So it's a little bit weaker. But overall, there is a case for running these 2 cards. I still don't see a point for the 1-0. Searching 2 discard 1 is great and all, but you're relying on 2 cards to be showing up, and what's the chances of you getting both of them? You're basically stocking your deck with stuff that won't really be useful. It'll basically be a weaker vanilla. So I don't agree with it. But definitely the Glory Music Climax and the Flowery Pastel card is definitely possible to be run with this one. At least something to be worth playtesting over. I'll probably find it's bad, but hey, it's something that actually interests me and I think could actually do something.
We should probably move on to the next card, yeah.
Yep.
215k. Oh, is this the last one? Okay. 215k, Hatsune Miku V3, 5000 power music trait. Level assist times 500, and...
It's first one of the set.
Wow. It's a double rare. Pay 1, ditch 1. When this is played to stage from your hand... Oh, sorry. Pay 1, ditch a climax. When you play this from your hand to the stage, pay the cost, and select 1 climax in your waiting room and return it to your hand.
Level 3 climax combo. You can run less factory tyrants. I mean, Sadistic Factory music.
Sadistic Music Factory.
Yeah. Except they're treasure, so there's no point. Second effect is, by all accounts,
Yeah, it's really situational in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think that the level assist from the first set is better.
Yeah.
But this one has actually added utility that it doesn't require a climax combo, and it's in the green color, so hey, meta build, get the level assist.
Thing is, there might be room issues, right? You might just end up staying with your other assists just to free up space for other cards.
And really, to me, that second effect reads, pay 1, ditch 1 climax. When this card is played from stage from hand, you may pay the cost, period.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be up to 1 climax, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not mandatory to grab a climax. So if you're about to refresh, you could just pay 1, ditch a climax.
Well, actually, it's not because up to 1. I think it's because it's 2 separate sentences. I can know that. Wait, I'm derping. Never mind.
No, you may pay the cost. If you did pay the cost, you have
never
to.
Mind.
I'm pretty sure this is.
Select,
I'm pretty sure this is gonna be up to 1. Oh, if this isn't up to 1, then I don't think it's worth using at all.
Situational.
It's too
the second effect
situational.
Is meh, but the first effect,
it's a level assist. That's why. Sure. That's the only reason, though.
In the color that matters.
Yeah.
Despite how much I dislike Miku.
Well, we're done with the cards of the day. You want to move on to questions?
Questions, okay.
Well, I think all 3 of these have to do. Well, all 3 of these have to do with the same thing, pretty much.
No, they're not. They're not.
What?
They're not.
What?
I'll do the questions. Okay.
Go ahead, Wishan.
Okay. First one. Madeline Fernandez.
Madeline Fernandez.
Okay. She or he. I don't know. It could be he. Wrote this on a Weiss game. How do you play this game? Okay. Let's move on to the other 2. One is Caveman Banana. That's a really interesting name. This was on a chaos box opening, which said, "Do you guys play more of this?" Which I answered. Will you do a video of the rules? Which I replied to, and another person called White Rose Duelist, he replied to me saying that we should make a tutorial for chaos because there's only one and it's pretty bad. So, what do you guys think about making tutorials for both?
I don't.
Chaos.
Go ahead.
I don't really. You and
Yu-san.
Yeah, are the guys who did chaos, right? So you guys are probably, if you guys have time, you guys can do that. I think doing one for Weiss shouldn't be too difficult. We could probably get that done.
Yeah, I think we should do a tutorial video for all of those games. Remember I have this box, like the Monokuma box that has all the other games like Level Neo, Weiss, well, not non-Weiss, so Chaos, Victory Spark, what else do I have in there? Buddy Fight is in there. So I mean, like we can probably go over tutorial vids for those games too. I mean, sure, definitely.
No, just that. I'm just afraid it'll too diversify and I don't know.
I mean, if all of us like focus on Weiss, but each of us have like our own thing, I don't think that's too bad.
Well, that's not what I was pointing at. I'm saying like we can be a primarily Weiss page, but still have tutorials for every single game out there. So that I mean, like heck, I can even teach the My Little Pony one.
Oh, I love that game actually. That game is fun. It's really fun.
I don't even know.
I played it. It's actually really fun.
No. Anyways, no, because it's the Weiss Schwarz tutorial. I think there's a lot on YouTube already. So I'm just saying that how are we gonna like be better than those? That's my main concern. Yeah.
Well, let's start with Chaos, and if they like it, and if other people want to see more, then definitely we can do some more. I mentioned the games that I have. I think I may be missing one or two, but I'm very sure I've Buddy Fight. I have Chaos. Trial Deck. I have Level Neo Trial Deck. You guys can explain Wick Sauce because my Trial Deck has still yet to come.
We already did. We're done with that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's any update to any upcoming release.
No, there's not.
It's all the same.
There's like promos, like Kill la Kill.
Oh, speaking of promos, Card Gamer, I think 617 comes with a promo of this Honoka card. Honoka voice actor. I forgot her name, but it's the voice actor card.
Eminita, I think. Eminita.
I think.
Does that sound right?
So.
Well, when we get
kanji, so I'm like.
If we get more info on it, we can talk about it next week.
Sure.
Yep. So I guess I'll end it here. So what do you call it? Rate, comment, subscribe, and if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below.
Spam the comments.
Spam the comments.
Okay, no, not spam. No. We don't want spam. We just want comments.
We just want comments. I don't care if it's spam. I'll go through it.
Yeah, you're the one who goes through it. We don't care.
I get all the Gmail notifications. So
let me know if a Nigerian prince calls.
What?
Oh, that might be for me actually.
All right, we'll catch you later.